Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on Lockdown Monday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in the top end. Of course, the first round of the NTFL competition started, and for the defending champions in PINT, of course, they got off to a fantastic start to the season. Of course, in their title defence with a win in week one. Of course, we've got a very special guest on the show. Of course, her name's Jacinta Reid. She joins us right now. Thanks, Jacinta, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Well, firstly, I have to ask, now, of course, you mentioned to me before we came on that you didn't play on the weekend. Are you coming in with an injury or?
Yeah, I had surgery. I had 2 large tears in my meniscus after the end of the season, after we won the flag. And yeah, I actually had surgery 5 weeks ago. So I'm hoping to make it back a few weeks before Christmas.
You mentioned that obviously you got injured at the end of last season. How's the recovery been? Like, obviously you just got it done, but were you hoping that you didn't have to go into surgery?
Yeah. So originally I thought it was just a little tear, but then it turns out when they went in, like I tried all the rehab, all the right things, was seeing a really good physio, and it just wasn't getting any better. Like it was giving way and that sort of stuff. So then, went and saw a surgeon, and it was kind of the last option. So going in thinking it was only going to be a little trim and a couple of weeks and I would be back, but it turned out being a little bit trickier than what they thought and had 2 large tears. So a bit extra on recovery, but it's going really well so far. I'm pretty happy with how it's going.
So you're hoping to come back just before Christmas, which obviously that brings to the second half of the season of the NTFL. I guess, what are you hoping to do between now and when you hope to come back onto the field?
Just a lot of rehab and recovery. I'm hoping I can start jogging in the next couple of weeks. Working out should be about 3 months from surgery date, which gives me still about 4 games before Christmas. So just trying to get the body stronger as possible, and hopefully I can come back fitter and stronger for the remainder of the season.
To one of your close friends that's played on the team, Amy, last week. And now, of course, she's actually coming off an injury herself when we last spoke to her. Number one, did she play on the weekend? And if she did, I guess, how do you think she played on the weekend?
Yeah, she did make it back for round 1, which was really exciting. She was hoping to, and got the all clear. And she did really well. It was really good to see the girls running out, and they all actually played really well. Quite impressed, because it is quite a new side compared to like last year and the last game that we played, winning the flag. It's a completely different side, so really exciting.
How do you think the team played, considering, you are the defending champions? So I guess everything's, or everyone's going to try and chase you down for the season.
It's really exciting. Like I said before, we do have a new team, so it won't be like it's going to be really difficult, and there's going to be no easy game. So we've just got to really go out there and play the best that we can, and take whatever challenges comes our way.
Based off the first game, I know you don't want to single anyone out, but was there a couple players that really impressed you after the first game?
Yeah, there's quite a few players that really impressed me. Grubby really stood up. She's Hillary Grubb. She's co-captaining with Cassie Henderson this year. She's always been a jet, but she really come out and shown her skills this week. And Casey Morris also kicking 4 goals in the forward line. A couple of other girls that have played Div 2 last year, like Ali Groves, she really stood up. And it's really exciting seeing these new players come through.
About Hillary just a moment ago. Now, I'm pretty sure she's a Victorian as well herself.
She's Victorian.
I thought she was. I think she's actually from my area, out here in the Outer East. I guess, how important's her leadership been to the team since now, obviously, she's now co-captain?
Yeah, really good. She's a great asset to the club, and, always there to help everyone out, and, really great leader on and off the field. Yeah, and Hendo will be joining her as well, co-captain, and she's just another amazing person of the club.
Tell us a bit about your coach.
Oh, Ricky, he's a great bloke. Really helps all the girls. Really knows his stuff, and he's just easy to get along with, and really great for the club.
Obviously, we've a pretty new team, and obviously lost a lot of players with AFLW commitments, and obviously with the reserves team, a couple of players coming up. How do you think, everything's shaping up for? We mentioned a lot about the senior team, but how did the reserves team go on the weekend?
They play on Wednesday night still, so their round one will be this Wednesday, which is really exciting because we've got so many new girls. We got really good numbers and a lot of girls new to footy, so it'll be really exciting to see how they go.
How did you get involved in footy and why did you choose it?
I originally played footy as a kid, like during Auskick and growing up playing footy, but then I had to stop at 13 because I couldn't play with the boys anymore. And then I sort of just went to netball and then come back later in life just to a club, Bacchus Marsh Cobras. So played maybe half a season there and then went to Williamstown VFLW down in Victoria. And I've just loved it ever since.
Now you mentioned about Willie. Of course, that's for anyone playing at home, as since you mentioned, that's Williamstown. Of course, Melbourne's call it Willie. But especially for a lot of our interstate viewers and listeners, how difficult was it to play down by the ground by the sea?
It was very difficult. You never knew what you were going to get. 9 times out of 10, it was windy as hell and just really raining and very cold. It's a lot different playing back home to where I am now, up the sunny side or hot side, I can say. Big difference.
How do you adjust to going from the warm heat of Darwin, where you play in the NTFL during the off season, to playing for Williamstown in the VFL W, and obviously going back to Darwin? How do you adjust like the conditions throughout the year? I'm sure like that's an all year round footy for you.
Well, I didn't go home this year.
Yeah,
so I stayed in Darwin. I only came up for the season. Pints reeled me in and I never left. So Darwin's a bit of a trap like that. So I've heard, and I'm experiencing it. Yeah.
I'm sure one of your highlights would have been captain Williamstown in the VFLW. What did that mean to you? And were you surprised that you got it when you did get it?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I did not see it coming at all. Not what I expected, but it was a great experience, and all the girls were wonderful, like Amy, the coach. It was not the best season we had, like we only won 1 game that season, but just being a bunch of, a great group of girls was really good. But no, I think my highlight to footy now would definitely be winning a flag. I'd take that any day.
And I guess on top of that, do you still keep in touch with your former teammates down here at Williamstown?
Yeah, I do. Keep in touch with a couple of them, and a couple of them actually came up last season to play footy in the NTFL to a couple of the opposition teams. So keeping, and hopefully they can get up this year, but it's not looking like it if COVID's still around, unfortunately.
How difficult was it to play against some of your Williamstown teammates?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like, it's once you're on the field, you're on the field, you got to go for that ball. But once you're off the field, you can catch up with them and have a drink, or, it's, really nice to, play against some people as well.
NTFL plays during the off season in a lot of footy states. But I'm assuming there's not much difference in regards to quality of the competition between, for example, the VFL and the NTFL?
I think it's getting a lot better. It's improving heaps in the NTFL. Like, a lot of girls are coming up and they're coming up from junior clubs as well now. So, I think the experience and the quality of the game is a lot better than it used to be, which is really exciting to see.
You mentioned about the Premiership last year. Of course, PINT had a very awesome season. Got clean sweep the women's competition completely. in obviously the reserves and the senior one in the NTFL. Obviously, the men's did a fantastic job as well, of course, winning that one as well. So how special was it? And was there much pressure on the senior one considering the reserves won it a couple nights before?
Yeah, I think, it was a lot of pressure going in for us, I think, because the reserves won it a week and a half before, and then the Div 2 men's and the Div 1 men's won it before us. So we were going out there and, not, they've won it all and we're like, oh God, we've got to win this. We've got to get the clean sweep. And winning all season, it was hard. And then losing to Buffs, we always knew that would be a challenge. Like, they come out firing, they're a great team. And really hard to play against. So we knew we had to give it our all, and thank God we did. It was a great celebration.
Was it a relief to win that premiership for you?
Oh, massive. It was amazing. I can't even experience what it felt like. It was probably one of the best days of my life, and winning it with a great bunch of friends and an awesome club. It was it really meant a lot.
I know this is going to sound a really silly question to ask, but which one would you treasure the most? Being captain of the VFLW team or win a premiership in the NTFL?
Oh, premiership. Yeah, definitely. No, I think because it's, captain's a great honour and, I really cherish that, but it's about the club, and I would much rather, a whole club, value that a lot more than, just being captain, I think.
How long did you wear your medals around your neck for after that premiership? And did you sleep with it?
Yes, we wore it, I think, for I don't know, the whole weekend. It was a pretty big celebration. I think we continued on for a few days after. And we didn't take it off, and we weren't, and yes, I did sleep with it. I think we all did. Who wouldn't?
I know you're not meant to do this during COVID times. Well, it may not be so much up there, but did you get the chance to kiss the Premiership Cup at any stage?
Oh, yes, I think we all did, and I think we sculled a few out of it too, as you have to. Got to celebrate. You don't win a premiership every day.
What did that premiership mean to you?
Oh, it meant everything. Like, I don't know. I've played footy for a few years and netball for a few years, and never won a flag. So it was my first one, and just winning it with the best bunch of people. Like, couldn't ask for a better team or club to play part of. It meant everything.
Is there any other ambitions or goals for yourself, considering how much you've achieved so far in your footy journey?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm pretty happy with where I'm going. I've had a few injuries, always would want to play AFLW, who wouldn't? But I'm seeing where, it goes. I'm enjoying it in Darwin. So I'm not really thinking I might go back and try VFL, but if COVID's around all that, there's no point going back, and I'm just enjoying it up here a bit too much, I think.
Well, I think it almost just answered my next question about are you hoping to come back to Melbourne?
I am. All my family's there and friends, back home, which I'm missing heaps. I was meant to go down a few weeks ago and see them, and Mum was meant to be up here now actually. So I think I will. I plan to, but you never know. I'm just taking it as it comes really, and no plans. Just whatever happens, I think.
You mentioned about your parents. Obviously, they're down here in Melbourne at the moment, stuck in lockdown like everyone else at the moment. But did they come to your grand final?
Mum did, yes. Mum and Dad and a few aunties, uncles came up a few weeks before for my birthday. So I seen them, and then, Mum went home for about a week or something, and then we made it into the grand final. So she flew back up, and that was really special for her to be a part of it too.
Mm.
She's my biggest fan.
Question about what the premiership meant to you, but what did that mean to you with your mum, obviously your biggest supporter, being there on the day to see you win?
Oh, I think it was everything to her, and for me, because she is my biggest supporter. She used to take me to all my games, even come to watch Williamstown games every week, and all through my life went to every sporting event, So no, it was really nice that she could come up and see that happen.
Considering you've been a captain of the VFLW, you won a premiership as well. So my question is, what does the sport of footy mean to you, and especially being there at PINT?
I think footy means so much to me, being at PINT especially. Like, I did lose a little bit of, was I going to keep playing? Was I not? Due to COVID, because obviously we couldn't do stuff, any of that. So I was ready to almost not play as much anymore. But then, got a call to come up here, and I've never looked back. It's been amazing. And just the group of girls, I felt so welcome before I even came up. I was getting messages from a few of the players, I hear you coming up, anything you need. So I think it just means so much to me that I play for such an amazing club.
And what would be your advice to people, especially in the top end? I know they're footy mad anyway, but for those who are not playing the sport of footy that should get involved in footy, especially the youth girls out there, in the outback area and all that sort of things, what would be your advice to them to make the switch to go up to Darwin and play for one of the best competitions in the country?
Oh, I reckon do it. Honestly, it's the best experience. It's the best group of people. It's hot, but I'd honestly prefer playing in the warmer weather than the cold. That's always an upside. And it's a really good league, and I think you should just do it. I think it's just a great experience, and everyone's so welcoming, and why not play for a great league?
Let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Cheers team, that is. Firstly, based off the first game of the season, any embarrassing moments that you saw out on the field?
I actually don't think so. No, surprisingly not. There usually is a couple of falcons or something like that, but I don't think there was.
So, any comedians, the best singer, the best dancer on the team?
Oh, the best singer would have to be Shredder, obviously. She's got a great voice. Comedians, I think they're all pretty funny, or they think they're funny. I'd say Tally's pretty funny, or she thinks she is. I say I do a pretty good worm, but that's about it. Anyone
into their TikToks?
I don't think there is.
Oh, okay.
I know, surprisingly. I haven't come across them yet. No, I don't mind TikTok myself, but not that I do any of them. It's a bit of a time waster, I think.
Do you have any pre-game superstition or ritual?
No, I don't actually. I just, nothing's the same every week. So I just go out and try and play my best.
Do you have a pump-up song to hype yourself up before a game, even though obviously you're injured at the moment?
No, I don't actually. No, I've got I just, try and get around the girls, and we always play a bit of music, and any music kind of pumps me up. So nothing too special. Which was,
you mentioned about the celebrations a moment ago as well. So how did that all go?
It was, can't remember a lot of it. It was great. It was a great weekend. It couldn't have been better.
Well, Jacinta, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having you on the show. Obviously, we want to wish you and your speedy recovery from your injury and your surgery, and hopefully all goes well, and hopefully get to see you in about 2 months' time. I hope you're back on the field, of course, with that full recovery, and represent PINT for the remainder of the season, hopefully.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. And that's Jacinta Reid joining us there from the PINT Football Club. And, of course, we'll put the details on the next couple of games coming up there up in the NT, of course, if you're not in lockdown like everyone else down here. So we'll put all those details up on how you can get involved in the sport of footy up in the top end. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.